Hi Pretty Pals, it's me Ava, and today we're going to be shooting a video about stepping up to prelim. You guys might be doing the same at home. So my mum's going to give us some advice, so let's get started.
So Ava, it's Mummy here.
Mummy Cam!
Mummy Cam. Do you want to share with everyone what you've been competing, like which level have you been out competing at?
I've been competing at intros and unaffiliated. I only started doing affiliated with my team for Team Quest. I've been getting low to high 60s% in my dressage. Why Emma's giving us advice is because she used to be a dressage judge. So let's get to questions. Mummy, what is the judge looking for at intro?
So at intro level, they're mainly looking for accuracy.
Okay.
Which is what you've not always been great at.
Right into corners and staying straight on the long sides.
Yeah, and all the
sides.
Shapes being the right shape and all
So
of that
like
jazz.
circles, serpentines.
That's it, exactly.
20 metre half 20 metre circle, half 10 metre circles.
Yep, so that's what they want. They want to see that accuracy, and they want to see, above everything else, really, that there's a consistent rhythm. Do you know what I mean by rhythm? It's alive.
Is it like a consistent trot?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the trick, trot, that stays the same. Yeah, exactly. All the walk, all the not the canter,
So 1, 2,
intro,
3,
but
4, and then if it's prelim, canter 1,
exactly.
2, 3.
So that's it. So they want to see accuracy and rhythm, and that's the main things. Now you'll score higher if you've got more impulsion, suppleness, all of these things. But at that low level, that intro level, that's the main things they're going to be focused on. Have you ever heard of the scales of training, Ava?
No.
That is really bad considering I used to be a dressage judge.
You never told me yet.
That's what I mean. So the scales of training are the scales and the order at which things should be taught to a horse. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So there's an order. Otherwise, if you start putting the higher things in, so if you start asking for collection before the horse has energy, what do you think is going to happen?
Stop.
Exactly. So there's an order. So I remember it as RSC, ISC. Right? So it's rhythm, suppleness, contact, yeah?
Okay.
And then impulsion, straightness, collection. So at intro level, they really want rhythm. That's pretty much, a little bit of suppleness would be great. A little bit of contact would be great. But it's that first 1 to 3 levels, yeah?
Okay, let's get on to question 2. So, Mummy, what is the judge looking for at prelim?
So at prelim, they just want a bit more of everything that they wanted at intro, okay? So they want the rhythm the same, they want the accuracy the same. Now they want to see a bit more suppleness and a bit more contact and connection. But the thing to remember at all of these levels is that they only need to see enough of anything, so enough impulsion, enough suppleness, enough connection to achieve the movement with ease. So at prelim, you only need a certain amount of impulsion to canter a 20-metre circle. You'll need more impulsion to do a line of one-time changes in the Grand Prix. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you only need a certain amount of impulsion, and of all of these things that we mentioned, the rhythm, suppleness, contact. What's the next one?
Something.
Impulsion.
And then
Straightness. Collection. Yeah. You only need enough of all those things to perform the movement with ease at whatever level you're at, yeah? So you don't have to have Grand Prix impulsion to do a prelim, which Oreo will be really pleased about.
She's like, yay! No, she says, yay! No, Oreo, come on. So let's go on to question 3. So, Mummy, how we plan to do our first prelim?
So, the first thing I would say is to read through all of the prelims. So you don't have to learn them all, but read through them so you get an idea of what you have to do in them. Generally, you have to canter. where you don't have to counter at intro. But there are also some slightly trickier things. There's some quicker transitions, and there are some slightly smaller circles and things like that, okay? And you've just got, they're a bit longer. You've got a bit more to do. So in an intro, it's over before you can blink, isn't it? It's really short. You've probably got another minute or so on a prelim, because you've got the countering on both reins as well. So another thing would just be to pick an easy test for the first one. Pick an easy prelim. So there's prelim 7, that's super easy. There's prelim 1 and 2, I think, even now. So the lower the number, generally, the easier it is, and the higher number, it gets a little bit trickier.
How high do prelims go up to? Is it like 19?
19, yeah, I think there's a 19. 18 is a short arena, or it used to be. It might be discontinued now, I'm not sure. But the higher the number, the more tricky it's likely to be, and the more chance of it being a long arena. And you might not want to ride in a long arena if you've only ever done short arenas, and that could throw you if you went to a competition and suddenly you had all the other letters in it. So pick a really easy one, and then find a local venue that's doing that.
Number 1.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Or number 7, because that's easy too. So pick one that a local place is doing to you, about the time scale you think you might be ready to do the first one, and then learn it. So learn that test. So like we do all the time in the car and trying to do it before bedtime. Learn the test so you know it really well. And then I would advise getting someone to call it for you as well, actually, on the day.
My mum calls my intros.
Exactly. So that if you have a bit of a wobble and get a bit nervous, or the horse spooks or something, you're not reliant on your memory, because sometimes you go blank. Yeah. So having someone call it is just like a nice prompt, and it's like a safety net. And then the next piece of advice, number 3, would be, thanks Oreo, would be to practice it. Now,
She says, how dare you? I'm just sneezed.
practice all the way through. So because I used to be scared of practicing all the way through a test in case it went wrong. So I was like, I didn't want to know if it went wrong. I'd just rather know in the arena. But that's really bad advice. So you want to practice all the way through, but you also then want to practice little bits. So what little bits of that test are a bit tricky for you or your horse, you know?
So would you basically just do the test, and then if you find it's tricky, you would redo them again, like sometimes I do for intro?
Yeah, exactly. So same thing. So you just think, oh, maybe the transitions aren't great, or maybe you have to go from trot to walk back to trot again and you're not very sharp at those. Whatever it is for you and your horse, it could be your problem, it could be your horse's problem, or a joint one. So you practice every time you ride, you're practicing little bits of the test without necessarily having to go through the whole thing. But I would advise going through the whole thing quite regularly when you're just starting out.
Let's go on to question 4. So, Mummy, why would somebody who's done intro for a very long time want to move up to prelim?
Okay, so they might not have done intro for a very long time, or they might have done it for
a couple of years.
Yeah, who knows?
Or months or something.
Yeah. So sometimes people move up because they're doing really, really well at intro, and they're smashing it, and they're getting, like, by smashing it, I mean like they're getting regular high 60s, even higher, every single time they go out.
70s or something.
Yeah, and they feel like it's a bit easy for them. Or the other type of people are people that just want a challenge. So they might not be ready, but sometimes it's good, as long as you're not going to overwhelm your horse, and you're not going to overwhelm horses doing a prelim, it's good to just go out sometimes before you're ready and just see where you're at and see what the judge says about your horse. The one thing I want to say, though, to Ava and anyone else that wants to do prelims,
else at home,
is that when you do make the jump up to prelim from intro, just be prepared for your marks to go down, because the judge wants that higher level. They don't want a super high level, don't get me wrong, but they want a higher level than they did at intro. And it's a little bit harder, and you've got to canter. So if, it could be, this is not set in stone, but it could be if you were getting 67 at intro, you might get 62 or 63 at prelim. So don't be shocked if that happens, yeah? That's just, you'll easily, when you get into it, you'll work your way back up again.
Basically, if you go from intro to prelim, your confidence levels might go down a bit because you have to add cantering to it.
Yeah, exactly. And you won't be riding as confidently, and you won't know the tests as well. There's only 3 intros, isn't there?
Yeah, A, B, and C.
Yeah, and you don't have much to learn, and it's quite, obviously it's quite basic. So your marks might drop. It doesn't mean you're rubbish. It doesn't mean you've got to step backwards. All it means is you've stepped up to the next level. So your performance drops a bit, and then
every single test you do, you get higher and higher marks, unless if you made a mistake that your horse doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly. So the key things are to be accurate, rhythmical, accurate again, supple, accurate,
How accurate are they, Mummy?
You need to be super accurate and give the judge every opportunity to give you the marks.
Like, because if you do something not well, wouldn't they give you a 5 or?
Yeah, if it's a circle that's not 20 meters.
So like 20, but then that's 20 meters. If it's like that.
If it's really
kind of
significantly
like
smaller, then it might be a 5.
Like that.
And even if you trot round it for an 8 or a 9, but the circle's not an accurate shape, you might well get a 5 or a 6, and it's just losing marks where you don't need to lose them. So that is our advice for stepping up to prelim.
Yes.
Are you ready, Ava?
Yes.
Shall we get on the pony and see how we're feeling today?
Yes. So now I'm in the arena, and I'm gonna do my prelim. I'm gonna do prelim 1 because that's probably one of the easiest, and I don't want to do like prelim, let's say 13, 19, one of the higher ones. So I'm just going to do prelim 1 today. So I'm just going to warm up and then let's go. Let's get started.
A, entering working trot, proceed down the centre line. At C, track right. C, A, working trot. A, X, half circle right 20 metres. X, circle left 20 metres. Yeah, touch the track, C, touch the track. And then X, half 20 metre circle right to A. AK, working trot. KXM, change rein and working trot. Between M and C, working canter right. You need to get into the corner deep, so you need to go back early. Yeah, get energy, good, well ridden. Yeah, circle 20 metres at C. Turning, turning, turning. Good, legs. Good girl. And then you're going to canter round to E, and you're going to trot after E. Yeah, keep going. Oh, almost, don't worry. That was good. Yeah.
I'll do my circle fine.
Yeah. Yay! F, X, H, change rein, working trot. Sorry, that was me. I can't read it and call at the same time. And then between H and C, canter. Yes! Canter a circle at the top. And then down again the long side. Legs, legs. Yeah! Good job. Down to B. Legs, legs. Good girl. Down to B. Good girl. Don't worry. Good. Nice trot. Yes. Between B and F, working trot. Between A and K, medium walk. Good.
No!
Oh, don't worry. Good. Well done. Well sorted out. Yeah, good girl. Take her past that one again. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. Love it. Well done. Really great, perfect reaction there, Ava. between A and K walk, and then it's change rein, free walk on, oh, KB, change rein, free walk on a long rein. So yeah, to B, and then B to H. So you do a short and then a short, yeah? Does that make sense? Just a little turn and then up to the other one. Yeah? Yeah, zigzag. And then HC, medium walk. CMB, working trot. And then B is a half circle right, 10 metres to X. So just like you do in your intros, but in trot at B. B, hop, B, half 10 metre circle to X. X down centre line between X and G, halt. Immobility, salute. Yay!
You can hit yourself. So that was my first prelim. I thought I was going to call it an intro. That was my first prelim. It was prelim 1, like I said. She kind of broke a couple of times when we did it. It's because I haven't worked her in Canter for a while. Really, don't say hi to the camera, but I'm trying to speak. And she's looking at herself in that shed because it's like a mirror. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it, even though I kind of got a bit upset because she didn't really listen to me, did you? You were naughty, weren't you? A bit naughty. You're still a good girl for doing it. So that's.
But the arena was quite deep, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's why she broke. So
deep,
she's struggling a little bit.
Oreo stand.
But that was the first time you've ever gone through a prelim, even at home or anything, isn't it?
Yes.
And how do you feel it went?
Good, but bad-ish.
Okay.
Because she broke a couple of times.
Yeah.
And she napped in that corner where Mummy was standing.
But you handled that really, really well. I was really proud of the way you handled that, yeah? So we're going to keep on practicing.
Yeah.
And we'll be ready to go to somewhere soon, I think.
Yes.
Are you happy with your pony?
Yes.
She is a good girl.
She says, where's my tea time? So that's the end of our prelim helping video thing. So we'll take you along. I will keep practicing. I hope you guys at home, if you've been watching this and if you do prelims, will keep practicing as well. The prelims all wrong. Oreo's getting a bit tired. So I haven't called her off yet, so she's probably really hot. So we'll take you along when we do our hopefully prelim competition. That's it for now. See you guys next time. Bye.